There's a request you send to the universe every single day, and the most shocking part is that you don't do it consciously. It goes out before your thought, before your desire, and it determines every outcome you experience. There's a hidden riddle operating in your reality. You think you're asking for one thing, but your body is sending something completely different. And this secret message is so powerful that the universe responds to it immediately, even when it's sabotaging everything you want. This is why certain patterns never change. This is why you feel like you're always almost there, but never cross the finish line. It's not bad luck, it's not inability. It's the same vibrational request, repeated over and over, without you realizing it's being made. Today, you're going to discover what this hidden request is, how it's being sent, and how to shift the one thing that actually changes your reality. Once you understand this, nothing will work the same way again, because you'll finally see the mechanism that's been behind everything all along. And there's one final detail, so invisible and so decisive that almost no one notices it, but it determines whether your manifestation expands or collapses. This is the secret I'm going to reveal at the end of the video. If you feel the call, subscribe and stay here. This revelation only reaches those who are ready to hear it. There's an invisible request you send to the universe without realizing it, and it's far more powerful than any word you've ever spoken. It doesn't come from conscious thought, but from the silent state governing your body when you believe you're asking for something positive. This hidden request acts as a vibrational command that precedes any rational intention, and that's exactly why it shapes your reality in ways you still don't understand. The truth is simple and disturbing. What you transmit without meaning to creates more than what you desire. The greatest irony is that most people believe they manifest through visualizations, mantras, and affirmations, while the universe only obeys the emotional field pulsing before each word. It doesn't matter how noble or positive your desire is. If the internal foundation is misaligned, the real request, the one the universe receives, is completely different. It's like trying to light up a room while your hands keep flipping the switch off. And the more you try to compensate with mental effort, the stronger the hidden request becomes. This is the silent mistake almost everyone makes. This request doesn't appear on the surface of the mind. It lives in the micro-tensions of the body, in those moments of insecurity between one thought and another, in that brief tightness in your chest that arises when you imagine what you want. It's subtle, but relentless. When the body doesn't believe, the universe interprets that as a command of denial, and without realizing it, you create the opposite of what you asked for. The universe doesn't respond to what you say. It responds to what you vibrate when you speak. That's why understanding this mechanism is like gaining access to a lost hermetic key, a key that explains why some people do everything right and still remain trapped in the same emotional, financial, and relational cycles. Manifestation doesn't fail because of a lack of technique, but because of this underground request that no one teaches you to identify. Those who understand this change their lives because they change the only truly decisive point, the state before the desire. And it's precisely this mysterious force, this hidden request that shapes your reality, that you're about to discover now. Because when you see what your body is really sending to the universe, everything will change instantly. The question that remains is, are you ready to see the request you've always made without realizing it? Most people believe they manifest with what they say, repeat, or imagine. They work hard to think positively, as if the universe were taking notes on phrases and intentions. But there's a detail almost no one notices. The universe doesn't respond to the declared request, but to the internal state that comes before it. It's like sending a written message, but your phone only transmits the tone of your voice. What matters isn't the word, but the vibration that precedes it. Imagine someone asking for prosperity while feeling afraid of running out of money. The voice says, "I want abundance," but the body sends, "I'm in danger." In vibrational language, these are opposing commands. And it's this invisible conflict that creates delays, repetitions, and incoherent results. The person believes the problem is a lack of technique, but the truth is, the real request is being made on another frequency, a frequency that contradicts the conscious desire. To understand this, think of an ancient hermetic law. The inner governs the outer. Estain. This isn't abstract philosophy, but energetic mechanism. Every emotion creates a signature, and that signature becomes the primary request. While desire comes from the mind, the command comes from the emotional state. The mind wants to move forward, the body wants to protect itself, and the universe always obeys what the body feels, not what the mind imagines. This explains why, even with daily visualizations, many people remain stuck in the same patterns for years. They repeat desires, but feel the same. They complain about results, but don't realize that the true sender of the request, the emotional body, never changed. It's like trying to drive to a new destination while keeping the GPS anchored to the old route. The route can't update while the internal signal remains the same, and it's in this contrast between the conscious request and the hidden request where everything begins to collapse. Because before asking for what you want, you need to discover what's really being sent. And that's exactly what we're going to reveal now. The message your body transmits when you believe you're asking for something positive. The worst possible request you send to the universe isn't a negative phrase or a pessimistic thought. It's far more subtle and destructive than that. It happens in the exact instant you desire something and feel that you don't have it. This micro-instant, this silent contraction, is translated as the most powerful vibrational command that exists. I don't have it. And the universe obediently responds by amplifying that lack. Asking for something from a place of scarcity is like trying to fill a cup with a closed faucet. The intention is there, but the flow doesn't move. Every time you desire love while feeling lonely, the universe only hears the loneliness. Every time you ask for money while fearing the bill that's coming due, the universe only hears the fear. The vibration accompanying the request becomes the real request, and this creates a paradox. The more you want, the more you affirm the lack. This is why so many people seek manifestation but remain stuck in the same cycle. They ask for abundance while transmitting insecurity. They ask for clarity while transmitting confusion. They ask for change while transmitting resistance. It's like trying to light a flame with an unlit candle. The body sends a message that completely contradicts the conscious intention, and the universe responds to the stronger message. The revelation here is simple and profound. You never receive what you ask for with words. You receive what you ask for with the emotion that accompanies the words. The universe doesn't react to the desire itself, but to the state that originates it. Emotions are codes, feelings are signatures, and internal states are energetic commands that shape the entire external experience. When the body transmits lack, the universe replicates lack. When the body transmits fear, the universe replicates threat. And this is the point that transforms everything. Manifestation isn't sabotaged by what you desire, but by the state you're in at the moment you desire it. Which means that before asking one more time, you need to discover what emotional command your body is really sending right now, because that command, and only that, is writing your reality. From now on, there's a question that works as an energetic mirror, capable of instantly revealing the real request you're sending to the universe. What is my internal state asking for right now? This question is uncomfortable because it exposes the truth behind the intention. You can't lie to the body. It shows, without filters, whether the request is fear, scarcity, insecurity, or desperation. Clarity begins when you dare to look at what's really vibrating. When the body is tense, the hidden request is fear. When the mind is racing, the hidden request is lack. When the emotion is heavy, the hidden request is resistance. And when there's urgency, the hidden request is desperation. These states aren't failures, they're codes. Codes that the universe interprets as commands of continuity. Understanding this is like learning to read the original language of reality. The practice is simple but transformative. First, pause. This pause breaks the automatic cycle of asking from lack. Then, breathe, because breathing realigns the body with presence. Next, feel, without trying to change anything, just observing what the body is really sending. Only then comes the step that changes everything. Shift the state before formulating the desire. The body needs to be in the right place for the right request. When you stabilize the body before the request, your vibration stops contradicting your intention. The energy aligns, the command changes, and the universe finally receives a coherent message. Without this internal coherence, any manifestation technique becomes noise. But with it, even the simplest request becomes powerful. It's the state, not the words, that creates the vibrational bridge to a new reality. And here, a decisive point emerges. If the emotional state sends the real request, there's a hidden threshold you haven't noticed yet. Something that determines whether the universe will respond immediately or continue replicating the old pattern. This is what we're going to reveal now. The invisible detail that separates those who manifest with ease from those who fight against their own vibration. There's a detail most people ignore. You don't manifest when you say what you want. You manifest when your body believes it's safe. While the body vibrates threat, it sends a hidden request for protection, and the universe keeps you exactly where you are because that's the dominant command. Internal safety isn't softness, it's coherence. It's the point where your state doesn't contradict your desire. When the vibration anchors in safety, the request stops being "I don't have it" and becomes "I already am." This is the vibrational leap that instantly alters the field around you. It's not magic, it's alignment. Reality responds to your sense of identity, not to your affirmations. You don't attract something because you want it. You attract it because you've become someone who doesn't need to fight for it. Internal safety creates the silence necessary for the universe to hear. The twist is simple and shocking. Positive requests create negative results when they're made from insecurity. This is why so many people intensify spiritual practices and still feel like nothing changes. They amplify the intention, but they also amplify the lack behind it. It's like turning up the volume on a song while keeping it on the wrong frequency. The sound gets louder, but never harmonizes. When the body believes it's safe, it stops asking for protection and begins to emit presence. Presence is the most powerful request that exists. It tells the universe, "I'm not seeking, I'm choosing." And this shift in internal posture completely changes the way reality organizes itself around you. Manifestation doesn't happen because you scream for something, but because you vibrate, that you no longer need to fear its absence. And now that you understand that internal safety is the true transmitter of the correct request, the deepest question of all arises. How do you choose, from this moment forward, the state your body will send to the universe? This is the key that opens the new reality, and it's what we're going to integrate now in the conclusion. When you understand that the universe responds to your state and not to your desire, everything takes on a different form. Reality stops being an external space you try to control and becomes a living mirror of what your body vibrates. Transformation doesn't happen when you change the request, but when you change the internal place from which the request is born. That's why, from this moment on, you no longer need to struggle, insist, or try to force an outcome. You only need to choose the state you wish to transmit. The revelation you discovered today opens a door that few people cross. Because now you know that internal safety isn't just calm, it's energetic coherence. When your body aligns with your desire, the vibration stops contradicting it. And at that point, reality stops resisting and starts responding. This is where everything begins to move in your favor, not because you pressured the universe, but because you finally stopped sending the request that kept you stuck. And there's one last detail that changes everything. Manifestation doesn't happen when you believe you can. It happens when you stop doubting. This internal silence is the vibrational signature that opens pathways, collapses opportunities, and organizes the invisible. If this video made sense to you, like it, comment, and share your experience. Subscribe to continue deepening this journey. And remember, the universe isn't just watching you, it's responding to who you become.